Hi. Today I wanted to share with you something I've been working on. This started a long time ago when I purchased this Lyman Foster Slug 12 gauge. When I had bought this mold, actually a week later, this one come on the auction site. This one right here. And I bought it too. It's a 20 gauge. The other one is a 12 gauge. So, as you know, if you've watched some of my other videos, if you don't, I've been having a heck of a time with these Lyman Foster slugs in 12 gauge. And I've been filming it. But also, along when I've been doing that, I've been working on the 20 gauge. I load them too, and I was shooting those also. They did just about as good as the 12 gauge. Some days they shot kind of okay, never great though. So here's the original pin for the mold for the 20 gauge, and I made this aluminum pin that I was trying to alter that slug so it would have a thicker base or something to see if this 20 gauge Foster slug would fire better. But what I found out, if you use aluminum in a steel mold, the aluminum pin heats up so much that you get migration of lead down the sides, and it actually gets all jammed up in there. So I know this guy, he's a great guy, his name's Bill. I sent him this mold and this picture, which is a terrible picture. And he sent me back this pin. Steel. Yeah, steel, he has a lathe. So he made me this pin. So now I can cast 20 gauge Foster slugs like this with a hole through the center. So I had hinted about this when I was working on the 12 gauge, that short of screwing a wad to it. So I actually got these wads from Ballistic Products. They are the brush wad 20 gauge, and they look like this right here. Right here you have a gas check on both sides, and they have that little, just like the other brush wad, they have this little thing in there you can pick off, and it makes a center where you can actually drill a hole. So here's one with the one gas check cut off, and here's the thing without the gas check, and this one has the little hole drilled in the end. So it's your basic, just like any other wad slug. I have this little piece of 20 gauge barrel. The reason I have this is this thing was ovaled when I bought this shotgun. I didn't notice it, and I had to shorten it that little wee bit. But it's just basic assembly with them, just like all the other, any other kind of wad slug you'd be working on. It's you take the slug and you drop it down in there to make it align with that, and then you just drop your screw in there and screw it together. So today was the first day I casted these up, and I'm going to be loading them up and shooting them. And I actually even got some hauls from Ballistic Products. Why am I having trouble getting that little screw in there? I made a couple up already, and I didn't have an issue. Only on live TV. You know, I don't edit, so you're going to have to sit through this till I find that little hole in there. Why am I going through so much grief here? I don't know. I think I'm in it. I just think I thought I wasn't. Yeah, I'm in it. So they just get screwed together like any other wad slug, and I'll be over there shooting them. But that's what they end up looking like right there. And from being in a little fixture, they're nice. They're pretty round. They roll real nice. But you can see the little screw on the top. But I don't really care if they fire nice. But I have a couple 20 gauges that I really want to see what kind of accuracy I could get out of them. And if this wad seems like it's going to tend to want to come loose or migrate around there, all I'm going to do is right where the little hole is, right there, I'll put a dab of Gorilla Glue right there, because Gorilla Glue expands like 3 to 4 times its size, and inside there it'll set up and keep that slug from scooching around the bottom on that wad, around the screw and stuff like that. But I don't think I'm going to have to. But there it is. This is my 20 gauge project. I'm going to be shooting these, and I'm taking this serious. I actually picked up, you know, I know this goes against everything I believe in, but I actually bought some Cheddite Halls, 3-inch. These are 2 3/4. I bought. These are Cheddite ones, and then they had on sale 3-inch Fiocchi. I don't want to call it Fucci and get called out on it again. Fiocchi Halls, and I'm going to be loading them in these. Hopefully I get a few loadings out of them. And once I figure out some loads, because I'm unfamiliar with the Cheddite primer. I got to see how hot that primer is and what kind of loads. But I do have some published load data. It uses even Hercules, or not Hercules anymore, Alliant 2400 powder with the Federal 209A primer, and we might try some of them. But this whole mess, I didn't even weigh it yet. I want to see. I'm interested to see what it weighs too. So with the slug, the screw, and the wad, we're right at 389, so 390 grains. So we're just a hair over 7/8 of an ounce, which ended up a nice weight. I didn't want to get too heavy. But there it is, and we'll be loading some and shooting some. And thanks for watching the video.